Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we are back to watch, I think this is the IG live type of video, a little bit of like an IG training / opportunity call. I have not watched it, so I'm going to be blind reacting to it. It's about 30 minutes long, so we're gonna be here for a while. Buckle up, get your coffee, your snacks, your tea, whatever's your preference, the usual, and get ready. Before we get into it, as always, big shout out to all of my channel members. I really appreciate you guys and everyone else who's watching. And don't forget that the free way to support my channel, if you wish, is to just like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's just put a little disclaimer in here and let's get into this shit show. All right, so let's just start. Today, my drink of choice is Little Innocent Smoothie. I haven't had them in years. I believe they have pulp in them, which I'm not a big fan of pulp. Let me know down below. Do you like pulp or do you like smooth orange? I've been drinking orange juices lately like crazy. I don't know what it is. I have this craving for orange juice. My cravings aside, let's just get into this video.
Good morning, coaches. My name is for those of you who don't already know, and I am a business coach for Beachbody coaches. So I am super passionate about helping Beachbody coaches like you really figure out how to cultivate community on social media. So today, what I wanted to do is something special. I have a Facebook group called the Coach Community Crew, and it is free. And it's a place where, I go live in the group on Zoom once a week, usually at 12 p.m. EST. And I just share knowledge that I really want Beachbody coaches to know about how to cultivate community on social media. So if you do end up hopping in that group, you can get access to all the previous recordings. But today I thought it would be fun to come live here on Instagram instead. So if you're not already in the group, you can kind of see what it's like, what kind of information you would get. And for those of you who are currently in the group, as you know, I posted today that this call specifically will not be in the Facebook group. It is only accessible through here. So if you ever want to see this again, come on my page and it will be in the live series section and it will be under Coach Community Crew, just so you know that to come back to it. But to give you some backstory on what I'm sharing in this group, I just give tips every week and a presentation to show the coaches kind of what I feel is important to be sharing, right? So I've been sharing a lot about brand because I feel Beachbody coaches need a solid brand to kind of work with for their business. So I'm just going to give backstory into.
Obviously, this was a little bit of an older video because she's still saying Beachbody. Beachbody has rebranded in the meantime to Bodi. But yeah, I keep saying Beachbody as well all the freaking time. I can't get used to the new name, but yeah.
Before I'm going to dive into what I want to talk to today, which is how to share your brand daily in your stories. But first, before we get to that, for those of you who haven't watched the calls, we need to talk about how to establish your brand. Right, so as you know, there are a lot of Beachbody coaches. So the question becomes, how do you personally stand out, right? How do you reach the audience that you want to reach, right? And the way to do that...
Drinking game. Take a shot every time she says, right? Also, she's just holding this phone on the table and this recording is like half an hour long. So I don't know why. Not that this has anything to do with MLMs or anti-MLM commentating, but she could have just placed the phone onto something. My arms hurt from watching her trying to hold this phone throughout the whole video. But yeah, let's just keep going.
Is to create a title, right? And what does that mean? That means the bold line on your Instagram title. Whatever you want to put there is what's going to be searchable on Instagram. So for example, on my profile that you're currently on right now, that bolded line says business coach for Beachbody coaches. So that is my brand
I forgot to comment on this. Business coach for Beachbody coaches. What makes you a business coach for Beachbody coaches or body coaches? Do you have any certifications? Do you have any expertise? Did you go to a school, college, a course? What makes you a business coach? How are you a legitimate business coach? You joining an MLM, whether it's body or anything else, doesn't make you a business coach, because it's not a real it's not a real business. It's not your business. You're just an independent contractor for Beachbody, but it's not your business. And you can't just, you shouldn't be able to just title yourself a certain way on Instagram and then try to sell people this coaching or whatever. That should be illegal, because from what I've seen, from what I know, this lady is not certified. She's not a business coach, but also MLMs are not your own business. So
It's not only what I do, it's my brand, right? Because if someone is looking for a business coach, they're going to search business coach. I'm going to pop up because I've optimized that bold title, right? And because I'm a business coach for Beachbody coaches,
do not look up business coaches on Instagram, okay? That's not a place for you to find a legitimate business coach as well.
it's my hope that Beachbody coaches would want to work with me over someone else because I'm specializing in Beachbody coaches. So that's why.
How are you specializing in it though? Can you tell us? Like, why do they just make these statements and claims that they're specialized or certified in anything when where is the proof? How are you specialized to be a business coach? Where? How does that happen? I would love to know.
I added that section to really optimize my bio. So I'll just quickly talk about some of the titles that you guys should be considering as Beachbody coaches. Obviously, I know there's a hesitation to write Beachbody coach in the bio because of the network marketing, stigma and what have you. So some of the ideas that I've played around with my clients and kind of how I mentor other coaches is, there's a bunch of them, but I'll just list them off to you now. So postpartum weight loss coach, I would say confidence coach, mindset mentor, lifestyle mentor, you could say mama and mentor, whatever it is for you.
Oh yeah, because that sounds totally professional. Yeah, that sounds legitimate and professional. Yeah, sure.
That you want your brand to be, that's fine. But what's super important once you decide on your brand is that is going to become the connection point to everything you do on social media. So what you want to remember is everything should be linked to your brand. You never want to post something that's not on brand because it wouldn't be cohesive. And you want your brand, your messaging, what you post all be cohesive and make sense and fit with your brand. Because the better, stronger brand recognition you have, the more success you're going to have in your business, right? So I'm going to use my client, Jamie Ennis, as an example. I know she won't mind me using her as an example. So she has branded herself as a confidence coach for postpartum mamas, right? I am actually a member.
All that means is that Jamie is specifically targeting obviously vulnerable women who have just gone through having a child. Their bodies went through so many changes. All that Jamie is doing is just targeting those kind of people, in my opinion, for her personal benefit and gains. But that's just my opinion anyway.
In her Confidence Club group. So I'll talk a little bit about that as well, because I actually am going live with her next week to talk about my experience in the Confidence Club. But essentially what she does is she helps women develop and regain the confidence they didn't know they had but always existed, right? And she does that through workouts, nutrition, personal development. She dives into the Enneagram. She does one-on-one calls, and she just really helps you keep yourself accountable in a fun, upbeat, motivating way. She has a group chat where, members of the club at any time of the day, right in there, we support each other, lift each other up. And it's not just about, the health and fitness aspect of it. People become friends. You develop friendships in these groups, talk about other things, and it's just not only a great place to be accountable, but it's just a fun group. So the reason I'm bringing Jamie up into this is that, again, her brand is Confidence Coach for Postpartum Mamas, right? So everything that she's going to post, whether it be on her live, her stories, her feed, her reels, doesn't matter what it is, that has to be related to the fact that she's a confidence coach for postpartum mamas. So what does that mean? That means she can post anything about confidence. She can post stuff about being a mom. She can talk about nutrition, right? There's a lot of different facets.
She is not certified nutritionist or a dietitian or a fitness professional. She should not be posting stuff about nutrition, especially because if you're not certified, you don't know what you're talking about, and playing with other people's nutrition and health is dangerous. Okay, it happened to me. I've experienced it from a fitness influencer on Instagram, and it spiraled out of control. If you haven't watched that, if you don't know about that story, please go check out my very first video on YouTube where I talk about what happened to me, what I've been through. It's dangerous to play with people's health and give them unsolicited, unprofessional advice on nutrition and health and fitness if you're not certified, which if you join Beachbody as an independent contractor, a Beachbody body coach, right? You're not certified in nutrition. That doesn't make you certified in anything. You're just an independent contractor for Beachbody or Bodi. So please do not play with other people's health. My God.
That she can talk about. But it all has to be related to that. She cannot really be off-brand because she wants someone who is coming onto her page, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. She wants someone to see her as an expert in confidence. And when they're like, oh, I'm not feeling too confident.
She wants someone to see her as an expert. Great words to use, because she's not an expert, but she wants to present herself as an expert on social media. So you just said it yourself.
Confident today, or I really need help with that. I'm going to go to Jamie, right? So she is establishing herself as that expert in that area. Now, obviously, there are other areas, right? I talked about mindset mentor. You could do business mentor. You can do specifically postpartum weight loss coach, right? Those are all different other areas that, if you specialize in one thing, you want to be known for that, not everything. Because believe it or not, the more specific you are about who you are and who you help, you actually get more clients. I know it's counterintuitive, but that is the situation. So now I'm going to kind of, because I gave you the backstory of the first piece of that bold line, really optimizing your bio that ties into your branding. Now we're going to talk about how to share your brand daily in your stories. When I say stories, I mean Instagram, Facebook, TikTok's daily stories where, you're sharing your life. As you know, as you're a coach, you're in stories all the time, right? So how... I'll have clients come to me and say, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do, right? I'm sure you felt that way too. The reason you're having those moments of, I don't know what to do, I feel stuck, the algorithm keeps changing, I don't know how to keep up. I'm going to say something probably that you haven't heard before. I'm sure you've heard a lot of calls, right? You need to focus on your brand, not the algorithm. Okay? Because when you do that, you don't have to think about what's trending, what's happening. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to focus on is, what am I going to share about my brand today? I'm not really focused on what's trending. I'm not trying to find the latest sound for real. How do I stay on brand and true to myself? How do I share that?
Okay, but if you don't grow on social media, how are you gonna keep recruiting people though? That's kind of a little bit contradictory because, right, you need to, right? Look at me, right? You need to recruit people to keep growing your business and to earn more money as a body coach. So if you're just focusing on brand, ignoring what is trendy and what's going to be successful on social media, how are you gonna grow that business of yours that's on social media? Also, I mean, there's still 20 minutes left of this. I feel like we've been here for a lot longer than 10 minutes, and there's still 20 minutes left, so.
And you have to become your brand, right? I did another call on this. That means, as I use Jamie as the example, she is a confidence coach for postpartum mamas. From the time she wakes up to the time she goes to bed, she needs to exemplify what it means to be a confidence coach for postpartum mamas, right? What are the tasks? What are the things that she thinks about? The habits, what she says, what she does. It has to all coincide with that brand, right? So now I'm gonna dive into the meat of this call, is how to share your brand daily in stories. It's that first piece, deciding the brand, and now we're gonna go through 10 things that you should share daily in your stories about your brand. So Jamie is a confidence coach. She's gonna share what workout she's doing every day, right? That's something you guys already know as coaches. You do that all the time, right? So again, some of these are repeats, but we're gonna get to some ones that you haven't heard of before. So the second one is sharing what you're listening to for personal development. How that, I would say, right, if you're a confidence coach, you really should be choosing personal development that's confidence coach related. If you're a mindset mentor, you really need mindset books, right? So I think you do need to coincide your personal development to your brand. Don't just read a book because, oh, your coach told you to read it. No, does it relate to your brand? So you got to be strategic about what you choose because it has to flow. Everything, just think of it, if you were to have OCD, right? If things were out of order, if things didn't match, in this case, it's actually a good thing, right? Because you're deciding, does this flow? Does it all match? You don't want to confuse followers. You want to keep them understanding that everything that you bring to the table matches and it's even, and they see you as an expert in that area. The third thing, is to share your life, what's going on at the moment. But that also means the good, the bad, the in-between, the mundane, and how you make it exciting. You don't want to come on and be fake if you're in a bad mood. You can share, I'm having a tough day today. I might not have the energy I have. I'm just letting you know. Then just try to come on stories and be like, okay, I'm going to be fine. And people can sense when you're not being genuine, right? So when I say share your life, which again, you've probably heard 100 times, you actually have to share really what's happening, be honest, and your followers are going to appreciate that.
Of course, you have to overshare on social media so that you connect with other people who may be going through the same struggles, and it's going to be easier for you to recruit those people. That's all this is.
The fourth thing, share what you're eating throughout the day. But as a confidence coach, right, if you have a meal plan that you're following, which all of you probably are because you're Beachbody coaches, talk about the experience if you fall off, and especially if you're a confidence coach, how it's not going to derail your confidence. Or you know what, maybe you did fall off and it really hit your confidence. Share about that on stories and say, you know what, it happens to the best of us. My confidence went down for a second, but you know what, I refocused, I came back into it, and I got on track, and so you're really relating every single thing you would normally share, but keep it on brand. Share genuine feelings in the moment, right? Even if you don't have time in the moment, because again, we're all busy coaches, right? Go back. Maybe even journal how you felt for a second if you have the time, or remember, come back to, okay, I need to share that. So the fifth one's new, that I would say. Now everybody knows this one. So depending on your brand, right? Whether you're a confidence coach, mindset mentor, postpartum weight loss mentor, mama mentor, it doesn't matter what your brand is. you need to come on stories. This is my opinion. You obviously don't need to, in my opinion. You should come on stories and give a motivational pep talk based on your brand. So again, going back to Jamie's example of confidence, I would love to see anyone in this brand, right, come on and talk about an experience they had as a child where they either felt the most confident or they felt the least confident, what their experience was like, and then how their experience has changed now. Really give a start to finish story and just kind of show how your experience now changed your mindset and how you move forward.
That's again just oversharing. That's just my opinion. Just put your life out there for everyone to see, and not just your current life, your past, all of your struggles, so that more people can connect with you, right? Right. So again, just more oversharing.
Right? So it's like, it's almost, think of it in the way of when you do PD, which is personal development, you go into it being like, oh, great, I'm going to learn something today. I'm going to get motivated. I'm going to get pumped up. And you really look forward to that, right? As a coach. I mean, you should. It's part of what you do. Your 10 minutes on the tracker. But because you do that work, you now have to do that for other people as a coach on your social media. Because I bet you a lot of your new clients don't even know what personal development is, right? I know I didn't before I started this. It was a whole foreign thing to me. So I would suggest that you all, as you become comfortable and really dive into that personal development journey, be almost like a podcaster yourself on your stories. You can even share things that you've learned from your PD that day, but kind of making it like a pump up motivational thing. And that's part of your daily routine and stories. It's like, okay, I've shared all these things here. I've shared what work I'm doing. I'm sharing to what's going on in my life. I'm sharing what I'm eating. But now I'm going to pump people up. Or I can even start my day with pumping people up after I've listened to my personal development. Right? So it's giving your audience something to really look forward to. They're like, oh, I know so-and-so is going to really pump me up today. I'm looking forward to it. So giving your followers that opportunity. 6, this is also a really important one as Beachbody coaches, sharing what habits you do daily. You know, I know a lot of you have read Atomic Habits. I know a lot of you have habit trackers and really are diligent about that. So please share that. Share in real time how you habit stack, how you track things, but make it in a way that's like super easy for a busy mom to follow, a busy professional. Like, do it in a way that doesn't take too much time. And that's what you need to share. Because let's be honest, if something is too hard to track or takes too much time, people aren't going to do it. So maybe giving, a shortcut to habit tracking and how it's actually manageable and sustainable. So like an example that I use myself in the notes section of your phone, right? That's a way to track your habits. Well, we all know using the Bodi app, you can track your food, whether it's for a 2B mindset, portion fix, you can track all your containers in there. But as you know, it's a little tedious process writing everything in there, doing all the counts and what have you. So a hack that I do is in my notes on my phone, I write breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, dessert, whatever. So those titles are bolded. Then I actually write the line by line item, meaning each container on each line, and that's not bolded. And so then I'll just write. So like this morning, I already ate it. So I made egg cups, right? So I wrote all the ingredients for egg cups. And so I write everything in my notes, and then I'm going to now copy and paste that into the Bodi app and do the tallies. So again, that's an easy way to show how you're tracking your habits, but making it less overwhelming. Because if you just show somebody in the Bodi app and be like, oh yeah, you can track breakfast, lunch, all your meals in here. And they're going to be like, oh, but how do I remember what I just had? All that, right? So you're really simplifying it for them. Doing tips like that, sharing that on social media. Next one, number
Just want to say, if you, obviously it depends on what your fitness goal is, but you really don't have to go that strict. And, I mean, to me, tracking and writing down everything you eat, it just sounds very, very strict. And I did that for a while in the past and I did not like it. I didn't enjoy it. I have achieved all of my biggest fitness goals without tracking. So I firmly stand behind that. You don't have to spend your time and your energy on tracking if you want to lose weight. You just have to focus on the quality of the food that you're eating and how much you are moving and how many calories you're burning throughout the day. It really doesn't have to be that complicated or strict that you have to track every single thing that you eat and how much you ate. If you are just an average person without any health conditions, health issues, you're going to be able to lose weight without tracking everything that you eat.
7. Oh, so this is specifically if you're a confidence coach, but you could actually tweak this for whatever brand title you have. So a lot of you are women, so this is going to be specifically for women. If you're a guy, I'm sorry, this one does not apply to you. But share how the clothes you wear affects your confidence, right? We're using the confidence coach example. If you're a mindset mentor, I still think that applies. Postpartum weight loss, still think that applies. Because in each of those other scenarios, you can talk about how your mindset feels when you're wearing this. When you're a postpartum weight loss coach, it's like, oh wow, I can actually fit in these clothes and they don't, the buttons don't snap, right? That kind of thing. You talk about it in a different way based on your brand, but the overall message is the same. Just how you're wording it of, okay, how do the clothes I'm wearing make me feel? Does it make me feel confident? Does it not make me feel confident? If it doesn't, is that going to now motivate me to work harder on my nutrition and my fitness? To fit in things? Like, it doesn't matter how you spin it. It's just, I want you to think about the concept of what you're wearing and how it has an effect on your brand. And next one is very similar. Makeup. Whether you choose to wear makeup or not, doesn't matter. It's just, is that something that makes you feel confident? Is that something that helps your mindset? Is that something that you've noticed, as you're losing weight, it starts to look better? Like, whatever it is for you, it doesn't have to be a certain way. It's just, how is it connected back to your brand? Number 9, this is one that, again, is not every coach is doing it. I mean, I do see them do it, but not everyone is. So this is one to think about. If you're going through a hard period of your life, you have to decide, do you want to share that on social media? Yes or no, right? Even if you decide not to share something hard that you're going through, maybe can you share like a very tiny portion of it, right? And because when you do something like that, when you really connect and share something vulnerable about yourself, it actually is relatable to those who are following you, because I bet you they might be going through it too, right? So
it's exactly what we just said earlier. I mean, a lot of these are the same stuff, just recycled in different sentences. To me, at least, it sounds like, again, just be very vulnerable, share stuff with people, share your struggles, because people are going to identify with you and it's going to be easier for you to recruit them into your team because you're connecting with them based on your struggles. So that's not nice. That's not genuine. I don't think that's a nice thing to do to people on social media, just to recruit them into your team.
As much as it's very difficult, and I also think you need to do a lot of personal development to get to this point. This is not something that, a new coach is going to hop right into unless they're super comfortable with it. But I really think if you want to genuinely connect with people, this is a great way to do it. And, just come at it in a viewpoint of, I am just here sharing, showing up, and being an example for someone else. I'm not doing this for myself. I just want to share because I want to be helpful to someone else going through this. And I think that's the...
Okay, then why are you in a multi-level marketing company doing that, where you get benefits? You get incentives with every recruit, every sale that you make. If you really just want to help people out there, you don't have to be a body coach to do that. You can just have a social media account where you share your experiences, your tips, tricks, advice, whatever, which again, if you're not certified in it, I would not suggest that you do that, but you could get certified and then you can help people for free. There's a lot of fitness influencers out there. Well, there's a lot of them that talk BS, but there's a few of them that actually help people. Obviously, they train as well. Usually they have their training program. I mean, she's trying to spin this as if you're such a good person and you just want to help people and you don't get anything with these sales and these recruits, which is not true. It's false. Oh my God, am I ever gonna learn to just say body? That's just not true, okay? So you are doing it for your personal benefits and gains and not from the goodness of your heart.
Approach you have to take with this. You don't want to share something hard that you went through to get pity, because that's not helpful for business, right? Especially as a Beachbody coach. I think what it's useful for is to be like, you know what? I don't want you to feel like you're alone. Right? Because I'm sure a follower has the same issue, but they're not sharing about it. They're not talking to anyone about it. So you have to come at it when you share a hard thing. It's a kind of a taking a step back and be like, I'm only telling you this because I want you to know you're not alone. And I'm just that person that you can talk to. And that, again, it builds trust, connectability, and you develop a deep bond with your followers. So that's why you would share something hard. But again, this is something you might want to think about, but it is a really great way to build trust with your followers. And the last one, this is number 10, share a time when you got criticized for something, but you didn't let it shake your confidence. So again, this is for a confidence coach, but as a mindset mentor, as a postpartum weight loss coach, it doesn't matter what your brand is, absolutely you can do this, right? Sharing a time that you really got criticized, your feelings got hurt, and then how you moved through it. You can talk about how all the personal development work you've done has really taught you how to hear something, but then before reacting, kind of think about it. Okay, who is the person saying this to me? Is it someone who I really respect their opinion? Okay. Now the next thing, even if I respect their opinion, have they gone through what I've gone through? And then if you can answer all those questions and the person is a yes, 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 okay, now let's really evaluate what they said, right? Is it true? Is it not? And then you're really sharing this process of how you're handling getting criticized, and you're now sharing it with your followers. So now when they have a hard time, they can say, oh wow, I learned from this coach how to do this process, and it was really cool, right? So when you're sharing something like that as a coach, you're now giving your followers permission to see you as an expert in this area. You're giving them permission to reach out to you when they have issues and they need you to help them kind of sort through them. And so you become this person that they can now rely on, they trust, they feel like they can confide in you, they feel like they have a deep connection with you. And maybe you just went on stories and you didn't talk to them specifically, but now they're like, wow, okay, I feel really comfortable with her. I want to work with her, right? So I'm going to go through the list again really quick before we wrap up. But I hope that this was helpful. So I'm going to go through the 10.
Oh my gosh, she's going to go through it again. Basically, this was, in my opinion, how to manipulate people one-on-one on social media, how to earn their trust, how to get them to identify with you, and then you recruit them into your team, and also how to overshare. You're giving people permission to see you as an expert. What the hell does that even mean? You're not an expert. Again, you just joined Bodi as an independent contractor. You're in an MLM. You're not a business owner. You're not an expert in anything. So if you really do want to help people, go finish a course in something or go to school, whatever. joining an MLM is not a solution. It's not a way to help these people. You're just hurting them. You're not helping them. You're scamming them out of money, in my opinion, of course.
Things that you should be sharing daily in your stories about your brand. So how to share your brand daily in your stories. So number 1, share what workout you're doing each day. Number 2, share what personal development you are listening to. And bonus points, hopefully what you're choosing for your personal development coincides and matches with your brand. 3, share what's going on in your life at the moment and share the good, bad, neutral, and be honest about it. 4, share what you're eating throughout the day, but tie it back to your brand. And we talked about that earlier. This one, again, number 5, I think is a fun one. Share a motivational pep talk based on your brand to your followers. Number 6, share what daily habits you have and how you're consistent with those. 7 and 8 are similar, so I'll say them at the same time. Share about how the clothing you wear and makeup, lack of, whatever it is, impacts your confidence, your mindset, all of that. Number 9, share about something hard that you're going through in your life and to be that connection point. And then finally, share when you got criticized for something and how it affected you and how you moved through it. So I hope this was helpful. I think brand is super important to you all as Beachbody coaches because it gives you that true connection point to the people who are right for you. You don't want to speak to everyone. You want to speak to your person to build your brand, to build your team, and to build your customer base. But the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this is you are your brand, right? Above all else, you are your brand. People want to work with you. They want to have you mentor them. They don't want somebody else that doesn't fit who they are as a person. You're attracting the people that are like you. So that means you have to share what you do in your life. I know it can be scary. I give you guys a lot of credit as coaches for being willing to put yourself out there and share. So please give yourselves a pat on the back because that is not easy. I definitely understand that. But if you're looking to grow your Beachbody business, if you're looking to cultivate a community of loyal and engaged followers that trust you, that feel connected to you, that feel like they can have fun with you, they feel like you're their sister in a way, right? If you can cultivate that.
Again, with the family thing, you're not family, you're not sisters with some random person on Instagram or any other social media that just wants to recruit you into their MLM team. It's very hard for an average person to actually get anywhere. To me, like, this advice it's not gonna get you anywhere. It's pretty useless.
Connection with someone, you're not gonna have to worry about sales tactics. You're not gonna have to worry about, crushing goals right at the end of the month to hit Success Club. You're not gonna have to worry about that. People will feel your genuine energy. And I know that sounds woo-woo. I understand because I didn't get it for the longest time. But think about it. Whatever your favorite people to follow, why are they your favorite? Probably because they're real. They're probably funny. They're probably entertaining. You feel close to them even though you don't know them. That's why you follow them, right? And if you're going to buy something from them, that's great because you feel that with them, right? You already enjoy what they do and you appreciate it. So you're not going to buy from someone that you don't feel a connection with. So I hope, if anything, that's what you take away from today. Build a brand that is specific to you, that's going to outlast any other marketing tactic, right? And then really share your brand daily in your stories with the 10 tips I gave and build a genuine connection with people, right? Really have fun with people. Really make them feel like they matter in your social media. When they drop you a comment on a reel, a post, or live, answer them. Say thank you, like it, make them feel special. You can even send them a direct message and just say how much it meant to you. People will be really impressed by that, right? So I hope this was helpful. I hope you build some connections, genuine ones, and really share who you are. And when you share things, make sure you're doing it just to be a leader, which I know you are, but that's just sometimes you want to be reminded of that. And just have fun with this business. You know, really have fun with your brand, who you are, and just share your experience to help others. Okay? So I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.
Unfortunately, it was not helpful at all. Also, network marketing is not fun. There's nothing fun about you working your ass off, trying to recruit, attending all of these boring, useless, in my opinion, trainings and Zoom sessions, Instagram lives, whatever. Trying to recruit people, cold messaging, all of the stuff. It takes a lot of work and effort, and most of the people don't earn any money. So there's nothing fun about that. So, you know, you should not join a multi-level marketing company, in my opinion. But let me know down below what you thought about this. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little bit slow and a little bit boring. Let's be honest here, but if you made it through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you didn't suffer too much. I sure got a little bit sleepy and hungry. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you would like to support my channel. And as always, big shout out to all of my channel members out there. I really appreciate you guys. And thank you to everyone else who's just watching. I'm glad you're enjoying this, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.